Welcome to Dr. Jester Talks, and I'm gonna talk about this from the blog of SCS Software. You know, the developers of Euro Truck Simulator 1, 2, myriad of other truck simulators, including the American Truck Simulator, and a few hunting simulators too. And popular for their Prisms engine. And also, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, even the European roads, I don't think the roads should be kind of like walking into a carpet. You need some variety, some bumping. Use parallax at least. Damn it, it gets boring staring at the perfect road overhead. Come on, people. Right, with that front gone, let's go and cover this, shall we? Heart of Russia DLC statement. Our dearest community, we've been receiving a lot of questions from you about the future of Heart of Russia, our map expansion DLC for Euro Truck Simulator 2. So today, after much consideration, we feel it is time to respond by shedding some light on the situation for everyone. Well, they go on and explain what happened with the war. But anyway, here is the interesting bit. On the 24th of February 2022, our Heart of Russia team was some 6 to 8 weeks away from completing work on the highly anticipated new DLC. Yeah, that's more or less the time you expect a new DLC to come out either for Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator, because we already had one, I think it was Wyoming, that were recently released, more or less last year. And thereabouts, yeah, more or less May, give or take, you should get a new DLC for Euro Truck, because I do remember the previous one was Iberia, and it was more or less May-ish, give or take. So it was about time to be released. It means they had it nearly complete with all the assets and things like that. But I'm gonna go and cover that bit in a second. Let me just tell you what they said first. Anyway, let's jump on. With deep concern, we watched the news about the war, and we quickly realized we had to do something to help those who are suffering. Immediately, we started contributing to several charities providing humanitarian aid within the territory of Ukraine, and assistance to those who were evacuating. Later on, with the kind participation of the #BestCommunityEver, we have further increased the donations by contributing all proceeds from the sales of the Ukrainian Paint Shop Pack DLC. It's incredible to see, as of now, over 85,000 of you have decided to purchase it and contribute to this noble cause. Thank you. Yeah, it's actually good. I am pro-Ukraine, and this was actually a very good thing, but you'll see my suggestion in a second. However, now Heart of Russia DLC was facing a lot of uncertainty. We asked ourselves many questions, including the obvious ones. Can we ever release Heart of Russia DLC? Should we even finish the work? Since then, we have finally consolidated our thoughts. When developing our games, we try to be as apolitical as possible, in a way, shielding the global player audience from everyday controversies. Controversies, not controversies. Oh god. Yes and no. I seen that they actually tried to some part, but there are some that it does actually show that you're not quite there yet. First and foremost, the pink ribbon thing is one example, then the Transporte CURE, which I participated in. I like free stuff. Don't blame me. And a certain when they decided not to even mention the a certain trucker. You know, PROTEST? Huh? Anyway. But they are mostly doing okay. Except the moderators can also be a bit of a tumblerina. You need to screen those people out. You don't want them as moderators, trust me. On that one, we quite like the idea, continuing, we quite like the idea that our shared passion for the truck simulation allow people to connect, to pay a virtual visit to the neighboring country in peace, and to enjoy a hobby that we commonly share, rather than allowing anything divisive to set us apart. But since our DLC Heart of Russia directly concerns Russia, and with so many people suffering, we decided to refrain from releasing the DLC so that it's not perceived in any way as being in support of or tolerance of the aggression. We strongly believe that there is hope for the proud people of Ukraine to prevail and for the suffering to end for all. Injustice cannot and must not win, and when the time comes for Ukraine to rebuild and heal, then we will endeavor to find a way for our Heart of Russia DLC to play whatever part it can in that healing process, for everyone. Let's us work together and live in hope for the days of despair and grief will be over soon. Right, that covered. Let's go and cover my part. First and foremost, that's a lot of money that they wasted on that DLC not to be released. And the more they delay the release of that DLC, it's going to be outdated by the time it does. Let's suppose a year from now, 2, 3, I don't know how long that war is going to take. And they may actually have to redo assets and other things like that because computers, games don't generally age well with old assets, especially when you're going to charge a new one like that. You could probably release it in a few years with a steep discount, but it will still affect the bottom line. Another concept that I think I'm quite more favorable, release it, but make it half to cover the costs of the development, and the other half you donate to Ukrainian causes. That's one suggestion that I think it's quite palatable. Just make it very, very clear on the banner or on the Steam page or wherever you're selling it that half of it is going to go as charity to support Ukraine. 2, I'm pretty sure that at least maybe half of the assets, maybe less, I don't know, could actually be, I don't know, reused to create a Ukrainian DLC. You could actually do that and cover the entire Ukraine, including Crimea, and you could then recoup some of the costs that you lost on the DLC. Because despite all of its faults, and the lack of goddamn fucking physics and the time you guys take into actually doing PBR effects and other stuff like that, it's still a good company. I still respect them dearly. You guys could actually make reading the logs when the crash log happens a bit easier. Alright. That's another rant for another time. Right now it's the DLC of Heart of Russia. So, with those ideas, I think you could potentially save some money into that instead of delaying, because we all know the more you delay the DLC, the chances are you're gonna have to redo some of the assets in the future, wasting more money. So, those are my suggestions. What do you guys think? Anyway, on that goddamn fucking hell, have a great fucking night.